Michigan Wine Month is right around the corner, and we're learning all about all the fun things you can do during April, right here on the Travel Michigan radio program. I'm Dave Lorenz, along with Michelle Grinnell. I almost said Banache. Michelle Grinnell.
I could tell you were going to.
Yep. A newlywed, so it's not my fault. It's hers. So, Michelle, where are we going to next?
We are going to the Southeast Michigan Pioneer Wine Trail, and we are talking with John Burtka, who is the owner of the Grand River and Cherry Creek Winery. So, like I said, we have lots of things to talk about. We have the Michigan Wine Celebration events. We've got the Southeast Michigan Pioneer Wine Trail. But let's start with your wineries, the Grand River and Cherry Creek. I cannot say that today. Cherry Creek Winery. Where are those located? And tell us a little bit about those wineries.
Well, yes. The Grand River Winery is our newest venture. It's located in downtown Jackson. It's an urban winery, and we also have a very good large restaurant associated with us, and a brewery. So it's a one-stop shop. You get to go to the gift shop, the winery, the brewery, and have lunch or dinner.
Well, that and these kind of urban wineries are starting to pop up all over the state. What's the difference between them and the ones kind of like way out there with the fields all around them and such?
Well, you have a choice. You can put a winery where the grapes are, or you can put a winery where the people are. And so we've done both. We have two different vineyards, one up on I-94 where we grow Pinot Noir and Vidal Blanc, and then we have another one on US 12 in the Irish Hills where we grow Traminette and Frontenac Gris and a couple other varieties. So we've got about 15 acres of vineyards, and our other location, Cherry Creek, is right in the Irish Hills, and it's in a beautiful old 1870 schoolhouse.
Ah, that sounds beautiful.
And we look forward to this warm weather because actually at both venues we have outdoor music, and every Saturday in the summer at Cherry Creek we have a live band and a big outdoor party in the vineyard.
Well, that brings up really the reason why you should go to a winery in Michigan rather than, exclusively going to a store and just picking up a bottle of wine. It's really not exclusively about the wine itself. It really is about the overall experience of the visitation.
It really is. There's a couple things that happen when you visit a winery. One is there's a good possibility you'll get to meet the winemaker. You'll get to talk to staff that are extremely knowledgeable in the products. Take a nice walk through the vineyard. Just enjoy the ambiance. There's nothing like a vineyard. It's to me, it's one of the most romantic places that you can go is to have a bottle of wine and sit in the vineyard and drink it. But the other thing is you're buying local and you're helping the local economy. I mean, the wineries in Michigan contribute about $790 million a year to the Michigan economy.
I think sometimes people forget that people who operate wineries, vintners and such, they're farmers. And everybody knows farming is like, the most difficult job in the world. You're so dependent upon so many other things like the weather, if nothing else. And so you really are, to your point, really kind of supporting a really important craft and art and science and all of it.
You're doing that. And when you look at the Southeast Michigan Pioneer Wine Trail, every one of the wineries is a family-owned business. And so you're not feeding into a big corporation. You're actually dealing with people who have their heart and soul in what they do.
John, talk a little bit about the Southeast Michigan Pioneer Wine Trail. What areas does that encompass? What is that, the character of that trail?
Well, it's a little bit spread out, but it's you come in on I-94. You get Sand Hill Crane and Lone Oak. If you come in, our northernmost winery is Bergdorf's and Hazlitt, and you come down US 12 and you go through the Irish Hills and then cut off towards Tecumseh, and you get Cherry Creek and Flying Otter and Jade Trees and Pentamere. So it's quite a variety, and I got to say each one of those different wineries is truly unique.
Yeah, I bet it is. What kind of, would you say, describes the wine trail, the Southeast Michigan Pioneer? What kind of pulls that apart from some of the other regions in the state?
Well, they're all family-owned wineries for one, and no big corporations owning the wineries, and they're all they're close by. If you're in the Detroit area where most of the population is, or if you're in Lansing or Toledo, or Battle Creek or Kalamazoo, it's the closest place to go to a winery, and there's no better way to spend a Saturday afternoon than taking a ride to a local winery.
Are there certain wines that grow, well, I guess the grapes would grow well in that part of the state, or that you guys are known for?
Well, we do. I know both Lone Oak and Cherry Creek. We grow some vinifera grapes, which are the more noble varieties, and they're harder to grow in our climate. We've got great weather for ripening, but it's the winters are a little bit harder here than they are on the coast. So there's a mix of vinifera wines, and we do have some growers on the west side of the state that furnish a lot of the wineries in the trail. And like I said, we grow. I know one of the things that we grow a wonderful Pinot Noir right here in Jackson County.
One of the more popular.
Yes, but you'd be amazed at a lot of the fruit wines, some great raspberry wines, and hybrid varieties that are grown in this area. But and we make some pretty good wines in Michigan. We've had one of our wines, Cabernet Sauvignon, was served by the Obamas in 2009 to Oprah Winfrey at their home.
Wow!
They served one of our proprietary reserves, and then Obamas again in 2012. They served two of our wines to NATO dignitaries in Chicago for the G8 summit. So it was people in Michigan, our wines are getting to be recognized more nationally. We had one of our Lynn Alexander, which was another brand that we have, which is our premium brand. Last year, we won a double gold at the San Francisco International Wine Competition with a Riesling. So Michigan wines are really becoming a force to be reckoned with.
I think people would be surprised to learn about all the various awards that the Michigan wines have won, because it's pretty impressive. Hey, we have about a minute, and I know you have the Michigan Wine Celebration coming up the 12th and 13th at your Pioneer Wine Trails. What can people look forward to?
Oh, that's a great opportunity. You go online to pioneerwinetrail.com and you can reserve your ticket. It's $30 a person. And you've got 2 days. You can stop at any of the wineries in any order that you want. I recommend finding the furthest away and then driving towards home and kind of going in that rotation. But you'll get a nice appetizer paired with a specific wine that goes a perfect complement for it. And you get to keep your souvenir glass and go to each one of the 8 wineries, and you've got 2 days to do it. It's both Saturday and Sunday, April 12th and 13th.
Thanks for telling us about it. It's coming up the 12th and 13th, Michigan Wine Celebration at the Southeast Michigan Pioneer Wine Trail Wineries. I want to thank John Burtka, owner of the Grand River and the Cherry Creek Wineries, for joining us, and advise you can go to pioneerwinetrail.com for more information. Michelle, plenty of other events happening around the state.
Absolutely. One of the most exciting, Monday, coming right up, March 31st, opening day for the Detroit Tigers. If you don't have tickets to the game, it is definitely worth going down anyway. The entire city of Detroit just has a blast on opening day. If you're up in northern Michigan, you may want to check out the Traverse City Boat and Outdoor Show at the Grand Traverse Civic Center the 4th through the 6th. There is a History Day in Three Oaks at the Region of Three Oaks Museum on April 5th. There is a Cocoa Classic 5K race in Detroit on the 6th. I don't know if sweets and running go together, but now they do.
Sure do.
And in Grand Rapids Public Museum has an organ concert, the Mighty Wurlitzer. I may be pronouncing that wrong.
You have it.
And that is the 4th through the 5th. So you can go to michigan.org to get all of these events and many more.
I love those big old-fashioned, Wurlitzers and the Barton theater organs and all that stuff. That's really cool sound. It's just a very unique sound you can only get in certain places, so might as well enjoy that while you can and enjoy that event, along with the many others. Well, we're going to tell you more with our last guest coming up next about Michigan Wine Month. That's coming up next right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at michigan.org.